Hello, my name is John Sanderson. I trade as Alpha Suspension Setup, and today this is just a brief demonstration on how to measure front sag. Front sag is the difference between measuring the suspension fully extended and with the rider on. And with front suspension, long top out springs can give inconsistent readings and misreadings. So what we're going to do is to try and reduce the influence of the top out spring. We're going to kind of apply full preload from where we are at the moment, then measure the suspension fully extended, and then bring it back to the preload back to where it is now, and measure it again to find out the rider sag as it is at the moment. The tools that you'll need is something to adjust preload, and for this bike it's a socket because the preload's adjusted at the top. If you've got big piston forks, then you might need an Allen key, and the preload will be adjusted at the bottom of the forks. Also need a measuring tape, and in addition probably a friend just to get the wheels off the ground. So step one then, let's just apply full preload to get that top out spring compressed. And if we can get a friend in just to get the front wheel off the deck, and then we'll measure it. Dan, if you can help me then please. Just 1 second. I'm going to measure the preload on these upside down forks from the dust seal to the aluminium casting. If you've got right way up forks, then measure from the underneath of the triple clamp or yokes down to the spindle, because if you don't do that, if you measure to the dust seal, once the rider sits on, that'll tend to disappear up into the fairing, and you can't measure that so easily. So Dan, if you can just get the front wheel off the ground for me please. That's great, thank you for that. And that measures at 125mm, please down. So now that we've compressed the top out spring, we're going to just get the back off the preload to where it was before as the bike was ridden. And that'll give us more consistent and accurate sag measurements. Dan, come and sit on the bike now for me please. So we're going to ask Dan to sit on the bike, absolute minimum weight through his feet, all the weight through the tyres, and now we're just going to measure that again. First of all, we'll just settle the suspension, just apply the front brake down. That's brilliant. Measure one more time. That comes in at 38, sorry, not 38, that comes in at 88mm. Thanks Dan. So that's giving us a sag of 37mm for Dan on this bike, and for street riding your target or your window of operation should be between 35 and 43, so we're kind of right in the middle there, and that'll be not a bad ride. So that's a quick demonstration on how to measure front sag. Hope you find that helpful. Look at the website if you want more information, and thanks for watching. Thank you.